From a young age, Toko Duma has always been an overachiever who cannot take no for an answer. She goes on to become the first openly queer Miss South Africa, but quickly gets stripped of her title and decides to write a tell-all book with the help of Nana. Their friendship quickly turns into something more, but Nana is hiding a deep secret. Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you happen to enjoy this video, please do not leave without hitting that subscribe button. And to the returning subscribers, I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. This film marks the end of this franchise. Started off with Letu and Lucky's situation where both of them wanted different things for their relationship in Gone Girl, and then a follow-up to that was Day Ones, where the focus was on Letu's friend Zanele, who was in a bit of a love triangle with her married friend Andile. Leading up to that was My Beginning, My End, where the focus was on Letu's clients Mai and Sizwe's wedding she was planning, and how Mai kind of decided to take her own path with Zweli. And we remember the very supportive friend of Zweli was Nana, and in There's No Cure, the focus is basically on her. She's a writer and her mother's very concerned about her love life, worried that she might end up alone. She decides to set her up on dates just to get her out there because she's somebody who's very drawn back, introverted. The movie starts off with a trip down memory lane with all of Toko's achievements. It then cuts to her being interviewed on a podcast. A question about her losing out on the Miss Universe title rubs her off the wrong way, and she makes some damaging claims. And then we move to Nana being on a date, which seems to be going very dismally because the guy doesn't even seem to be interested in what she has to say. In the aftermath, she shares how horrible the date was, but her mother encourages her to keep on going out. As expected, after the interview, Toko loses her title and the Federation kicks her out of her house, and she finds solace in her manager Buhle, who we recognize as Sizwe's sister. Concerned with her next move, she suggests a reality TV show, but her manager assures her that they will figure something out, and instead she surprises her to a book signing of one of her favorite writers known as Liana Ndlovu. On another date, someone is busy saying some sweet nothings to Nana, and she seems to be very swayed by this. When the camera reveals that it's actually Lucky, jump scare. Plot twist, it is apparent that she is actually Liana Ndlovu hiding behind this name. She has a meltdown before having to face her audience, and here it becomes apparent that she has some self-esteem issues because she's talking down on herself. She's very worried about how people will perceive her, and she might not even be living up to the expectation of the name. Eventually they had to cancel the book signing. Before leaving, Toko decides to go to the loo, and here she bumps into Nana, who's still distraught about what just happened, and indirectly Toko consoles her, and they spark a conversation about what it truly means to be famous and how Toko is actually intrigued by the mystery of Liana Ndlovu. That conversation sparked the idea for her to write her own book. Being who she is initially, Nana declines this offer, but Zweli reminds her that, girl, you need this money, you need to pay them bills. She agrees, but the woman still doesn't have the courage to come clean. Instead, she pretends to be the assistant of Liana due to Liana leaving the country. After the public shame, Toko hasn't really been out as much. To get her out there again, Buhle invites her to a house party of a famous chef, Cindy Sodi. As she's grown close to Nana, she invites Nana to tag along. Under the influence, Nana manages to come clean about her true feelings for her. However, when she was asked about the genuineness of her feelings when she was sober, she still doesn't have the courage to be honest. Instead, she lies again. Because she decides not to be honest, Toko takes up the opportunity that Cindy presents. So they come up with this pretend public relationship, and Buhle, being the manager that she is, can also see the benefits that come with this, not understanding the whole situation, and Toko not also communicating. Nana really takes this the wrong way, and you can imagine what happens next. Nana is a very multi-layered human being, and the actress really did a great job in encompassing all of the layers that comes with Nana. We see the opposites attract trope. Toko is way out of her league by social standards, and she even mentions this through the dialogue, Nana herself. And she's like, some people are main characters, we know who she was talking about, and some of us are meant to be extras. Toko was also portrayed in a graceful manner. Her fashion, especially also her hairstyles, I was here for it. I was like, like, I want to get that her strong. Okay. One thing that I really also liked was the supportive friendships, like her friendship with Zweli. I really love that friendship dynamic between them, and you also see it with Buhle and Toko as well. Buhle being the supportive manager, always taking her in even if she messes up, because throughout these movies we've only seen these toxic relationships. When we look into when Nana didn't want to reveal her identity, I felt like Toko along the way forgot about the itch. Personally, that curiosity would still be there to find out who Liana is. But it seemed like Toko completely forgot about it. They could have also just added some more pressure on revealing who Liana is. And that could have added some extra depth or character development for her to eventually overcome her fear of facing her audience. After going through all of that, she deserved that win. When we look at the technical side of things, the location heavily impacted the lighting and the aesthetic with the spotless looks, and the night scenes were also beautifully lit. So when it comes to the visual language, they did an exceptional job. They did experiment with some camera work as well. We see this when Toko loses everything and she comes knocking on Buhle's door. Before Buhle can take her in, we see behind her how her world gets a bit smaller, and that is her thought process. That's how I interpreted that whole situation. We also saw the camera moving closer to Nana when she went on her first date, when the guy was talking non-stop, not giving her a chance to breathe. That's what was happening in her mind. They also used the camera to reveal something later on. You see it with her interaction with Lucky. That camera movement created that dramatic moment. We also see it again when in a scene Cindy entertains her friend, and talk was later revealed that she's also part of what's happening there, but actually she's also excluded in a way because she knows that what is happening there is just for the socials. When it comes to the editing, by showing the progression of time either through character interactions, daytime to night scenes, along with split clips happening all at once, it was also encompassing the simultaneous relationships that were happening leading up to the wedding. I have a theory that the narrator and her have a correspondence, making a reference to the dialogue. When she had a conversation with Zweli at some point, Zweli's like, it's actually an end of a chapter. And she's like, yeah, I should maybe write a love trilogy. Because I know the narrator added the flavor, added the sauce, but I always just wondered what the necessity was, because we know that characters are there for a reason. Do let me know what you think. Personally, I'm just content, but I'm really happy that for the first time we have a happy ending. And in the final moments, the narrator just tells us that love it or hate it, love is what makes the world go around. Thank you so much for being here. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because more videos are coming. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It's always a bliss. Cheers for now.